Hi everyone, welcome to Her Stories. My guest today is a woman who's a figure of strength and resilience for many women across the world. She's a leader, she's a writer, she's an actor, she's an artist, a loving daughter, and a very caring mother. She's been the former National Secretary of Bharatiya Janata Party, and currently she is the youngest ever member of the Central Board of Self Certification, CBFC. Welcome with me, Vani Tripathi Tikku, on Her Stories.
I'm very happy to have it today, a woman who is an embodiment of success, strength, love, care, and a lot of resilience. With an illustrious career in media, in journalism, politics, and a very, very excellent actor, she has also donned the hats of a mother, a daughter, and a very, very caring and a responsible daughter in law. Presenting to you Vani Tripathi. So happy to have you, Vani. Welcome to Her Stories.
Hi, Richa. What a
So,
fantastic effort. Congratulations for her stories.
thank you very much, Vani. I really value your wishes for myself right now. As you have been featuring in so many of online platforms talking about your career and what I have seen previously of you, how has life changed for you? How has life changed after the lockdown for Vani? Let's talk about that first.
It's changed in many, many ways. To begin with, I'm actually with my mother for past more than a month and a half. She's not doing very well. So I've almost revisiting my childhood. I've come back to the house where I grew up. My father was one of the founding members of this complex where everybody is from the Delhi University. So in so many ways, it's also very full of nostalgia. So many memories of childhood are coming back. Professors who are all
I
retired,
understand.
who I grew up with, um, community that I lived with, for so long, till obviously my adult life. So in so many ways, it's very enthralling, nice to be back in a community. Obviously, everybody's locked down. We don't get to see physically each other often, but we do hear each other's voices across gardens and balconies and, phone calls and
Yeah.
so on. So this is the new normal. We probably don't meet each other and don't do handshakes anymore for everybody around the world. We actually hear each other's voices. And I think one of the major advancements of the lockdown is the digital. You and I are talking on the digital platform right now.
Right.
You are in another city in Pune and I'm in Delhi and we are still meeting. So so I think the new normal is this whole journey of people finding digital resonance around them. I mean, everybody was binging on OTT platforms and a Netflix and a Amazon and a Alt Balaji and a Hotstar and a Disney and so on. But right now, it's become an intrinsic part of their life. So it's also become an intrinsic part of a lot of people's lives who are under lockdown. But for me, more than binge watching, I'm listening to a lot of radio. I love Hindi film music and I love
Okay.
music per se. And because I like, listening to, as we say, the audio and also the music and the tonality of sound, I think I'm also rediscovering a whole new universe around me. So it's been challenging in so many ways, but it's also been exploration of a lot of new things around me.
Right. So, Vani, you just mentioned about, rediscovering yourself, started to enjoy music. what else has been your exploration? Anything that you had left behind that you were not able to indulge into? Any interest pursuits due to the busyness of life? Something that you have revived now in the, like, recent past, besides music, of
Well,
course?
no, I'm writing a lot. I like to write. I also
Okay.
write a blog for a very big media house, which I used to write sporadically. I'm writing it more often. I'm also jotting down observations from this time. And I think one of the major observations that I have and which I have explored and understood is that we have gone back to the communities that we are. The health workers, of course, and the police are the unsung heroes, but so are the kirana shops and the chemist shops around us.
Right.
Delhi is entirely functioning on these stand-alone fruit sellers, vegetable vendors, people who were a part of our lives every single day for so many decades. But now we recognize their importance even more because we wouldn't have food in our home if these people were not to risk their lives and come and give us milk, bread, eggs,
Exactly.
butter, fruit, and vegetables. And I think building
We can't.
communities and going back to that feeling of being in a community is, I think, the biggest exploration for me. We take so many things for granted. That local chemist shop, who used to give all the medicines for my mother, he got so exhausted, giving medicines to senior citizens around him, that one day he shut shop and he called me. He said, I'm not going away, but all the people who work for me in my store are so exhausted, their feet are swollen. I really need to take a break and I'll be back soon. And yes, few days later he did come back. So I think there's so many unsung hero stories in this lockdown which are so intrinsically a part of our lives. And I think
Very
that
true.
is the biggest exploration for me right now.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that, Vani, because had these people not been around and up and about on their feet, we would have been struggling for getting the basic things around us. That's so true. And now, having spoken about a lot in what is going to change in the workplaces, we see innovations happening rapidly and industries are evolving, trying to come up with continuity plans. I mean, if we talk of cinema in general, it is unthinkable how things are going to change there. Because how do you shoot a movie without making people come together or not bringing about a lot of people come together? So, if I have to ask you two, three questions or two, three key shifts that you envision or you feel that ought to happen, for instance, how does the craft of storytelling change? How the execution of movie making will change? And in one very interesting one of your talks only, I heard you mention about the narratives, the content, the flavor changing as it will become more inward. So if you could share a few thoughts on those aspects, I think that will be very interesting to hear.
Well, there are no easy answers to this difficult time. So there are also no easy answers to content creation. When we used to shoot films on the spool, we thought that was our world. And, very expensive film cameras where a film would be loaded physically and then taken out. And, each can of film was revered like, you know, probably more precious than a jewelry piece and an expensive, timepiece that somebody would have. But I think when spool became the chip, there was a lot of denial in filmmakers. They didn't want to accept it. It took a while for them to understand that technology, but everything changed. The film format is today completely digital. It's all shot on a chip. The technology changed very fast. So did the cameras that we use. Similarly, in these times, I think we are still in a bit of a state of denial because we don't envisage a film shoot happening without 200 people on the set. We are a labor
Yes,
intensive industry
yes,
and we need hundreds of people walking around, screaming at each other, getting work done. I think the first big change that I envisage is the flabbiness of film shoots and film production will be gone. It will be very, very lean from now on. When I say this, it means that skilling will be the new mantra. One person will be
okay.
doing 5 odd jobs, which probably does not happen today. Also, actors, my community come with their entourage of various hundred people along with them. I think all that is going to change. A lot of back to basics is going to happen. But as far as content creation is concerned, I think there are a lot of lovely stories which will emerge. It almost looks like a dystopian film, and we are all a part of it right
Yeah,
now. At least in a film,
yeah.
you know the beginning, middle, and the end. You don't know the beginning, you really don't know what the middle and where is it going to end.
And
It seems
yes, right.
endless already. One can see how desperate desperate people are becoming, to go out of their homes. I mean, it's all very well to say stay home, stay safe, but it's almost more than 40 odd days across the country. And I
Yes,
know that
and you
people are
never know how
itching to
long.
come out. They are itching to come out. So I think all this, with the creative minds around us, I think all this is going to become a part of the new narrative of content, the new stories which will emerge. It should become. How soon it will become, I can't say, but I think the new normal is the digital. There was a thought that empirical filmmakers were not able to embrace the OTT platforms and digital because of the lack of the capacity to release it in the theater. In the digital format, content is in your palm. It's not
Yeah.
on that big silver screen and the magic of cinema, as we call it. But despite all of that, what will happen is that be there will be a huge change with the way we consume content around us. There will be a huge change the way we also we've gone back to our family. When was the last time we actually spent days and days and days with our children, with our parents, with our relatives? So many families
Absolutely.
have come together.
Absolutely.
I think all this should become a mainstream, should become a part of the mainstream narrative of both cinema and the OTT platforms. And I think the digital format is the new normal now.
Yeah, sure. And I think the implications are far reaching for all of us across sectors. And what you pointed out is so true, that there are so many interesting narratives that may emerge from this and may want to see the light of the day. That's right. Vani, it's been lovely talking to you. And what I know at a personal note, that you have been, because you moved here to take care of your mom, and your daughter is in Gurgaon, and you've not been able to meet her for quite a while. So, how have you been coping with that? I mean, people who are distanced from their close ones, from their families, what is the emotional rigmarole that goes through? What have you been doing for your own mental well being? Do share with us.
Well, I have a very busy day, with my mother and all the household chores. Also, I'm doing after a long time. I did live in Bombay for more than a decade, where I used to do most of the things myself, despite staff. So I do get very busy from very early, almost 6:30 in the morning, and I'm
Okay.
pretty exhausted by the time it's evening time. But yes, I'm missing her. She's missing me too. But we have a house full with all relatives and all our in-laws. My in-laws being together, and I think that's the best part. She has a full family and so many people to take care of her. With me, it's just my mother. I mean, with my mother, it's just me. So I think, well, I wouldn't call it a sacrifice or a compromise. We have to look after our elders, and
Of
if
course.
they don't feel well, it's upon us, and our responsibility lies within the fact that all our lives, they are the ones who look after us. When they need to be looked after, this is the least we can do for them.
Yes, of course. And Vani, I mean, as we have talked to you, the way you have like shown different facets to yourself, what an acclaimed critique of films, and such a knowledgeable person, and at the same time, what a caring and a sensitive daughter, giving out that message that women can have these multiple facets and role to themselves and still hold their head high. Thank you so much for making time for us. And I hope these stories go on evolving and reach many people, many women who may be sitting within their homes thinking that how the world is going to evolve. And through your lens, through your eyes, they can see what are the different changes that are going to happen. And I thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
being around. Yeah.
Thank you so
Take
much,
care,
and
man.
all the best to She Stories. And I hope more and more women find a voice. On a parting note, I want to say that domestic violence is on a huge high. I was just reading a very disturbing report that NCW is receiving a lot of very big complaints from women. We must also remember that when abusive families are together, they also abuse the women more. So let's also use this platform that you've created um, to also bring out the trauma of the women who don't have a voice in this country. And I think safety for all should not mean unsafe environment for women in their homes. And I think this should be our resolve, that a lockdown should not mean a mental lockdown for women. It should also mean that if the whole world is safe, they should also feel very safe in their own homes. Thank you so much, and a big thumbs up to She Stories.
Thank you. Thanks, Swati.